Another training day.
The words moved through the arena softly, almost affectionately, passed between tired mouths and ink-stained fingers like a prayer people had forgotten the meaning of long ago. Above them, the banners of the houses cracked in the mountain wind. Phoenix burned crimson against the pale morning sky. Kraken, silver blue beneath the drifting mist. Cerberus, as green as old forests after rain. Unicorn, purple and yellow, luminous in the weak dawn light. Once, those colours had meant everything. Now, they meant very little down here. Not in the Inferno.
The arena floor had become something stranger than rivalry. The squires huddled together near the eastern braziers, shoulders touching, eyes swollen from too many sleepless nights spent chasing scenes that refused to behave. 15,000 words had sounded noble at the beginning of June, small enough to survive, large enough to matter. Now they understood the truth of it. There were no small paths through the fire. The knights occupied the long stone tables beneath the dragon mosaics, quieter than they had been during the first week. They no longer spoke about inspiration. Inspiration was a luxury for standing outside the gates. What remained now was a ritual. Quills scratching parchment, coffee gone cold beside unfinished paragraphs. The champions looked half-haunted already.
Stories clung to them like weather. Some stared into nothing for long stretches, lips moving soundlessly as they argued with characters no one else could see. Others wrote with terrifying intensity, as though afraid the story inside them might escape if they stopped long enough to breathe. And the heroes?
The heroes had begun disappearing into corners of the arena where the shadows gathered thickest, not out of arrogance, out of surrender. 85,000 words was not ambition anymore. It was devotion, the kind old religions demanded from saints before feeding them to the dark.
High above the arena, the black flame watched them from the founder's balcony. The wind tugged softly at his coat. Below him, the guild stirred, a living thing, steady, a whisper whipping on kicked-up sand. At the centre of the arena stood the dragon chalice. Even now, after all these years, it did not seem entirely real. It had been forged from some black-scaled metal that never reflected light correctly. Fire bent strangely around it. Shadows gathered too close to its base. The ancient draconic carvings along its surface shifted subtly when no one looked at them directly. Scales sliding beneath scales like something asleep beneath dark water. This morning, emberlight pulsed faintly through the veins of the cup. The chalice was filled with every written word.
A young squire, Nearila, crossed the 20,000-word threshold somewhere below, and the effect was immediate.
The dragon chalice answered. A low, scarlet glow spread across its surface like blood returning to a frozen heart. The entire arena felt it, somewhere deeper inside them than the physical surface of soft tissue and sore muscles. It was rooted in the parts of them reserved for inner thoughts and unflinching desires.
The scribes of House Unicorn once claimed words carried with them the ability to shape reality and perception, a magic that danced on the tips of tongues, shaping both myth and life. The stories altered the shape of the soul simply by being spoken aloud. The scholars of House Phoenix argued that creation itself was a form of ancient alchemy, thought made flesh through symbols and cadence.
But House Dragon had always believed something far more dangerous. That stories were alive in the same way that fire crackled and burned. This was no metaphor. It wasn't poetry. There was hunger, and hungry things are alive. Gods were alive. A memory was recalled. The Ember King had once written it above the buried library beneath the mountain. Stories are the only dragons mankind was ever trusted to keep. Another pulse rolled through the chalice. Another donation.
Somewhere below, a champion, Lishka, had crossed 10,000 words.
The glow of the chalice deepened.
Lishka bowed to her king. Maverick closed his eyes briefly. He remembered the first time he had seen someone bow, the first time the chalice had awakened.
He had been younger then, young enough to still believe in legends, young enough to view them as safer than truth. The older keeper of House Dragon had brought him beneath the arena into chambers where the air tasted like charcoal and old coins, where enormous chains vanished into darkness below the mountain. And there, sleeping in the centre of the chamber, sat the dragon chalice, a cold, empty relic waiting to be restored.
Listen carefully,
the old keeper had whispered. Maverick remembered laughing nervously.
At what?
The old man had smiled a crooked frown. There was pain hidden behind those yellowed, rotted teeth.
The stories, young master.
At first, Maverick had heard nothing. Then a whisper. Thousands of them climbing his ankles and racing up his back. Goosebumps spreading across his skin as hairs stood at attention and the words flooded his ears.
Fragments of 1,000 unfinished novels, half-written confessions, love letters never sent, poems drowned beneath a storm of tears, the last surviving words of people long dead.
The chalice remembered every story ever poured into it. A stroke of destiny's pen or an act of divine comedy, something had chosen this June to awaken the chalice once more for the first time in many years.